Greetings and welcome to Shadowstar and to Deep Space Nine for this legendary Starship stats review. Legendary Starship stats review of the legendary Constitution Miracle Worker Light Cruiser. Please forgive me for pausing, as I will be honest, there is only one. Well, there are many enterprises, but there is only one enterprise. And that's your first, I would say. In most people's cases, that would be your first, because in my case, there is no enterprise like the Galaxy class. And I'm saying this as a huge fan of the Sovereign class. When you say enterprise to me, I immediately go to the Enterprise D. You say nice ship to me, I go to the Sovereign. But there is no ship quite like NCC 1701. No bloody A, B, C, or D. Or E, or F, or J, or whatever else you want to throw into the pot. No JJ, no Discovery. Sorry. I know for a lot of people, the TOS is the Enterprise. So, with that being said, can I give a huge thank you to Negus, to Dante Demonic, to Skyhawkings, our donators, to Tribal Typhoon, to TravisGames, to Darkstar's Order, to Cross-Eyed Deplorable, and to Skyhawkings again, our Patreons, and to Tribal Typhoon again, Miss Future Teach, Fox Plays Games, and the gifted subscriptions from Miss Future Teach under our Twitch subscriptions. Because it is with their incredible generosity that I am able to make this review and show you exactly what this ship can do. Now we'll be going through 3 phases. First of all, quick look at customization options, where we'll be leaving that as the Connie herself, the TOS. Then we'll take a look at what the stats can do, breaking down the traits and consoles while we're at it. And from that point on, we'll then take the ship into action to see just her finer beauty. Let's be honest, we need to see it. With all this being said though, I do just want to give a slight nudge and a hello to one simple factor. This ship is beautiful and I'm looking forward to doing the visual review of it. No discredit to this design, I swear, because I love it. But, I'm Captain Ri'shad, it's time to begin. Let it not be said that this design isn't beautiful. This is the Jerfface concept design for the TOS. Honestly, if I thought about it at the time, I probably would have named the ship the Jerfface. But hey, sometimes you just gotta use names of some of your favourite characters. The TOS for me, McCoy and Spock were those 2 people. So, with this customization, we have the Jerfface, the Exeter, personally one of my absolute favourite TOS designs that we have had to date, considering this is right back in the old TOS, sorry, old STO, wow that's hard to say when I'm saying TOS a lot, old STO, this one is a beauty. All those weapon emplacements too. We have the Vesper to go really nice and old if you want to. Hey look, it's a miniature Excelsior. The Excalibur, who's been playing since day one, hey? Who's been playing since day one? The Constitution refit. Of all the Connies, you are my favourite. No, that's literally, I'm not joking here. This is my favourite of all the Connies. As much as I'm probably going to upset some people with that one. The Beta. Hey, anyone else watch The Cage? And The Constitution. You weren't my first, you weren't my second or my third. But you know what? I understand how you have a special spot of people. You have the ability with this to modify out the hull, saucer, neck, pylons, and the sails, and this can lead to some very fun customized options. And I honestly feel like they should have done this kind of option on more of the ships, but hey, they chose not to. That was their choice to make. I just like how many great looks you can come up with for the ship if you take the time to look about what we got. I mean, seriously, how many looks can we go for here? But there's nothing that can make this ship look better. Oh, actually, hang on. I've got one thing that I feel like does make it look a little bit better. I'm probably alone in that one. I'm probably alone, but that's just me. I like the fact you can do that and get such an effect. Oh, hello, Galaxy. Okay, I'll stop teasing with it. One thing that does bug me though. Why do we have the universal bridge on this ship? It's not the temporal ship anymore. Why do we have the universal? Hey, that's cool. You also have the original if you want it. And if you really need it, and you've got the Zen to burn, you can always have the Constitution. But yeah, that's going to be an extra 2,000 Zen for you if you absolutely need it. Okay, on that one, let's go to where people really want us to be. I went off on a tangent there, so let's restart this bit. Hello to the stats bit, and she's looking pretty good. Some minor things I want to bring up though. First of all, and let's see if I can bring this long-winded part down because I've said it a few times now. This ship is only available as part of a 10-ship bundle until Cryptic realises the error in that and releases them as independent ships so that they could actually possibly sell them for 3,500 Zen each, and it'd still be a deal to players. Yes, I just said that. Each ship is worth about 3,500 independently. These come in a 30,000 Zen bundle or a 45,000 Zen premium bundle, which gives you some so-called extras to make up for that difference. No, it doesn't. First of all, premium bundle out the window. Don't consider it, please. It's not worth it. However, the standard bundle, with what you get and the utilization of the consoles and traits that you get with it, that's more worth the consideration and the look at. It can give you some really powerful builds out of it. Yes, there's a couple of consoles like on the Odysseys where you can't take those consoles over to other ships. Kind of disappointing they didn't make them unlocked to be able to be used on other ships, but hey. With that negativity aside, at least we can say that these ships are fleet level, therefore above the standard 3000 Zen store ship level, and they make up for what they've got. Now this ship, the legendary Constitution Miracle Worker, yeah, another Miracle Worker, Connie, okay. Light cruiser, it's not a light cruiser. It's a heavy cruiser, get it right. Whoa. But fair play to them calling it a light cruiser, I see why they did it. It's a decent, powerful ship with some right useful potential. And much like every Miracle Worker, a right good amount of flexibility too. So let's really get into this. She is a Tier 6 Connie type cruiser with a base hull at level 65 of 61,875. This comes as a result of her hull modifier, which is 1.375, and her hull modifier of 1.175. Her turn rate is 10 per se for an ice cruiser, and an impulse modifier of 0.15 with an inertia rating of 40. She has the incredible bonus power settings of plus 10 to weapons, shields, and engines, and has 4 forward, 4 aft weapons. 4 device slots, and it comes with the cruiser package abilities of weapon system efficiency, shield frequency modulation, strategic maneuvering, and attract fire, along with the Miracle Worker's specialized skills of innovation effects. She is fundamentally quite the well-established ship. Then to make her even more deadly, and this is without tier 6 tier 6X upgrading, she has 4 tactical, 4 engineering, and 3 science. Guys, if anyone doesn't know where this is going yet. Yeah, okay. She also has 1 universal, meaning she could be a 4-4-4 if you want to, or a 5-4-3, 4-5-3, X upgrade, 6-4-3, 5-5-3. Noise outside, sorry about that. Or hell, you could go 4-4-5. Yeah. Without me going into anything else, I just want to point out right now, this ship is extremely flexible, if not better than the Miracle Worker cruisers that we've had already. Then to really sum this ship up for its potential, we've got its bridge officers. And this is powerful too. There are 3 lieutenants on this ship, again, a tactical lieutenant, a science lieutenant, and a engineering lieutenant with Miracle Worker specialization, a lieutenant commander universal seating, and a commander engineering with Miracle Worker specialization. I'm just gonna summarize right now the major thing to say about this ship. She is a masterpiece of Miracle Worker flexibility, and there's a reason why I absolutely loved the Disco Connie when we first got it, that Miracle Worker flight deck cruiser. She's a support masterpiece with a lot of flexibility, but this ship, this Connie, she takes this to a different degree. Instead of being the support masterpiece with a lot of flexibility, she is just a flexible titan of a ship. I would actually be willing to say she's the master of all roles. And as much as normally the master of all is the master of none, well, you know how the trait goes, how that saying is supposed to go, don't you? Something along the line of the master of all can accomplish more than the master of one. Honestly speaking, this ship is impressive to me. She'll tank, she'll support, she'll DPS. Can't complain at that. So, on that train of thought, let's go take a look at her console and traits. Okay guys, it's literally an hour later and I'm still seeing those ships over there doing whatever they're doing with the hangar pets. They've gone completely mad. And would you believe I've literally just realized what the saying actually is that I was trying to think of just a second ago. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. How did I remember it? I turned around and saw it was written on my fucking wall. I've got it on one of my inspirational posters. Ah! Let's look at this stuff. Okay, so first of all, relatively standard twin phaser beams. They are about as standard as it get, and you cannot upgrade them. Heavily disappointing for anyone that wanted a decent set of TOS phasers. But don't get me wrong, because it's still possible to get like pulse phasers if you wanted to. That's Kelvin timeline. Crap, you don't quite count. How about you? Yeah, pulse phasers. We'll talk more about them when we get around to that possibility. But hey, pulse phasers are always a beautiful thing to see. Having said that, at least we've got something close that I can utilize in the build. Because these standard phasers look absolutely amazing and need a decent upgrade, but if you want to get them at good level, enjoy finding them in the exchange. Now then, something not as bothersome. We've got the Omnius device. Plus 20% to all damage. Can't complain at that. Corbomite maneuver. PB, AoE, fear, lactate. Damage resistance and damage. Oh, sorry, damage resistance, defense, and shield hardness decrease. You know, that's a actually really good reference, this console and ability. GFO, engine power are set to 125, unable to attack you for 5 seconds, and current weapon power, shield power, and auxiliary power will be set to 25. Their flight speed will be increased by 50 for 5 seconds. Their turn rate will be set down by minus 99% for 5 seconds. And their foe's all damage resistance rating will be reduced by a third for 20 seconds. With a decrease to their shield resistance by a third, again for 20 seconds. For those that don't know, this is because the Enterprise turned tail and ran like hell when it came face to face with this device. It's a brilliant little reference, and I do love the console. Not one I can see really being utilised much, but it's a fun one nonetheless, and a right trolley console to use in PvP. Trust me, I know. Damn it. We also have the ionized gas sensor. Now this one to me, beautiful. Plus 28.5% for Starship perception, improves detection for cloaked ships, and emission seeking torpedo. Attack upgrade, seeks cloaked targets and disables their engines. Upgrading your next torpedo attack to seek out nearby targets. Now note, this cannot be combined with high yield or spread. Upon reaching the target, will deal the equivalent to a high yield torpedo's level of damage. Bearing in mind if they're cloaked, their shields are offline, so that is a lot of damage. Also, if you've done that with a Tricobalt device, yes, that will be the equivalent of a heavy Tricobalt device. You get minus 26.1 energy subsistence to your enemy, disables cloak for 4.4 seconds, and a 20% chance to disable impulse engines for 4.4 seconds with a 1 minute recharge time. That is very quick recharging for a lot of power. A lot of power. I greatly appreciate and approve of this console. Mostly because of how often I've used it with a Tricobalt device to great effect. Now, at the same time as saying that, how do I rate these consoles? Well, Omnius device, love your passive ability, not so keen on the rest of it. As a result, as funny as you may be, 6 out of 10. Ionized gas sensor, 8 out of 10. Because used right, you are deadly. From that, we get... Is everyone feeling alright around here? I saw that. Oh my god, there's a lot of Terran warships in the area as well at the moment. What the hell? Built to last. 2 right it is. Hull healing bridge officer abilities grant a regen and reduction in weapon power cost. With a plus 30% to your hull regeneration for 20 seconds. And a third reduction in cost for your weapons power for 20 seconds. This is quite a useful little trait. Overall, 7 out of 10. Then we have the best diplomat. A bit odd to see that on the Connie, because as far as diplomats went, you must be referring to Spock. Because honestly, I never really thought of Kirk as that much of a diplomat. More of a brawler, but yeah. Now, if you want best diplomat, that would either be Spock or Picard. In my personal opinion. I know Janeway's pretty close too. She does a bit of diplomacy herself. Now, this one, bonus damage during beam overload or fire at will. Oh dear. During a fire at will or beam overload, beam weapon damage is improved by engine, shield, and auxiliary power. Minimum plus 10% bonus damage, maximum plus 30% bonus damage. Oh, sorry, maximum of 30% bonus damage at 300 total shield, engine, and auxiliary power settings. This is one of those traits where, as you know, you're going to pop that off. Slamming your weapon powers to 0 actually can sometimes result in you getting far more damage out than if you maintain weapons hot. It is also great for being used on builds where naturally you work with a lower weapons power settings and a higher, say, auxiliary power setting. Say for example builds that utilize this setup. Oop, hang on. Oi! Click to you make a move. I hate when it does this. Right, dink. One up, lock, and there we go. That kind of power setting. Not that you see that very often. Gee, you don't see it very often at all. Overall trait, the best diplomat. Again, 7 out of 10. This ship has incredible stats and good consoles and traits. Definitely one of the better ones among the lot, which is good because it's the Connie. It needs to be one of the better ones. Seriously, has to be. Now on that note, enough time has been spent here. Shall we take her into action to show her what she can really do? And let's go theme build. I'm going to have to use the disco phasers, so I've got nice blue beams for her. Shall we? Well, here we go. Take the ship into action. And I have gone with not a theme build, but kind of a theme build. Yeah. Thought I'd use the 32nd Century phasers on the ship because I wanted to give it some decent firepower. Oh, yeah, we are going with firepower here. May have not X upgraded her, but that's just because I don't need 2 Connies at that level. Well, 2 Connies this flexible at this level. However, more than enough to make up for what's coming. Here we go. I'm not going to last long enough. Not even close. Even the torpedo on this guy would be useless as well, because these guys don't cloak. I wonder if it'll still go after him even though he's not cloaked. Ooh, that would be fun to test. Let's try it. Have fun! Come on, torpedo. Is that going after him? No, you little bugger. Yeah, have fun. Here's the Corbin Mike maneuver. I'm just toying with this guy at the moment. A little bit too easy. Turn that down, let's have some fun. This is the boards I build after all. Might as well use it properly. Goodbye. Jem'Hadar battleship up here. You're not going to last very long, buddy. That's not the ability I'm going to use. Here we go again. Oh. Well, that was anticlimactic. Okay, how about you guys? Will you be more entertaining? Come on, you know you all want to be. You know you want to be, so do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Nope. Not even close. The build isn't even that strong. It's weak. Couldn't win a PvP if I tried. Oh, Lord have mercy. Honestly, if I'm going to be absolutely blunt, I absolutely adore this ship. I think it's a masterpiece of flexibility. She can do everything extremely well. In fact, well enough that, well, stats review is going to be a little bit damned here. Because, well, I'm forced to give it a very high score in my personal opinion. Very, very high score. Connie, you have done magnificently well, being a masterpiece in the realms of tank. So much so that I'm not going to bother with hull tank, shield tank, because we know you can do both of those pretty damn well. One of them really, really well. You can regenerate really well. Overall score for tank, 8.5 out of 10. Support role. Overall score. Her science potential is through the roof, especially thanks to that, well, it's not through the roof because it's not like a science vessel, but through the roof for a cruiser. That universal science bridge officer position, sorry, the universal bridge officer position being used for science along with the lieutenant science. The ability to have 5 science consoles. And the ship's endurance and firepower combined with that support area. Yeah, gonna give you 7.5 out of 10. If it was a 4 on science consoles, then yeah, this would be smacking higher. DPS potential, same story. So, as far as DPS goes, this ship gets not quite as high as engineering, but it still achieves the 8 out of 10. Overall score for this ship is actually higher than all those stats, mainly because one, it's a visual beautiful masterpiece, both this one and the Jeffries, but literally because it's as flexible as it is, it's as powerful as it is, you can use it in so many different ways. Like, you could literally see a fleet of these running and you'd have someone covering every ground. It's not like many other ships where, I'm trying to think of one now, an overly specialized ship like the Resolute, which is 100% a tank. You'd never really see the Resolute running outside of tank or support. This ship, you will definitely easily be able to see an entire fleet of these doing everything. For that reason, I'm giving a 9.5 out of 10. She nearly achieved 10. She nearly achieved 10. The only reason she didn't is because I'm being a bit mean on my part here, and it's not an aesthetics I like. I like my Fallen Cell designs, but primarily I like my sleek aesthetics. The only oddball to the sleek aesthetic that I like is the Galaxy class. The Galaxy class, and that's because it was my first Enterprise. This one, if the neck was a little bit shorter and the pylons were a little bit shorter, going into that sort of sovereign range, you'd got 10 out of 10. Oh, I'm being mean. Some people aren't going to like how I said that. But let's be fair. That's my viewpoint. What do you guys think of this ship? How much do you like her? And don't lie to me. I know there are people out there that are literally get shouted 11 out of 10 immediately upon seeing this ship. So I'd love to hear in the comment section what you think of her. Are you proud to see her as versatile as she is? Do you think she lives up to the name Enterprise? And guys, can I say a massive thank you to watching to the very end of this video, as well as a huge thank you again to this channel's Patreons, hopefully future YouTube members, Twitch subscribers and donators who helped to make this video possible. It wouldn't be here without your support, and I mean that sincerely. Guys, until next time, remember, keep yourself safe, look after yourself. If you're disembarking, stay true to who you are. And if you're joining the crew of the Shadow Star, make sure you've hit that notification bell as well as to subscribe so that you don't miss out on the next mission. Till then, remember, live long and prosper, my friends. Ciao for now.